They say that small is beautiful and that good things come in small measures. As leader of one of the smallest nations on earth, it is a saying that I subscribe to, obviously with complete bias. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, greetings. My name is Henry Puna, Prime Minister of the Cook Islands. I have the pleasure today of addressing you on a large challenge, a challenge for and from the ocean, from the perspective of a large ocean state, my country and the people of the Cook Islands. For those of you perhaps not familiar with the Central Pacific Ocean, my country is home to around 15,000 people who live on a range of 15 islands spread across 2.4 million square kilometers of the ocean. These include high islands like Rarotonga, the capital, through to low-lying coral atolls like Manihiki, my maternal home island, and one of the most beautiful lagoons in the world. If you are not familiar with island people, you will quickly notice that the island a person is from defines that person for life. That person is always immensely both proud and protective of their home island. In talking to islanders such as myself, you will also observe that we often speak of the island and the surrounding seas as one domain, one home, one place. It is this sense of place, of identity, of belonging on land and in the sea that truly defines us as ocean people. It is our legacy. It is our mana, where mana embodies our connection to our island and our ocean and gives rise to our intimate role as its stewards. It is therefore with a foundation of mana and deep respect, born out of lifelong intimacy with and for the great Pacific Ocean, our ocean, that I speak to you today. Put quite simply, our ocean, your ocean, is under increasing threat. Human uses of the ocean, including overfishing, illegal fishing, deep-sea mining, pollution, and impacts of climate change, threaten the health of our ocean. And because this ocean is the foundation of our lives and livelihoods, we ourselves as a people are under threat also, in ways our ancestors could never have possibly imagined. Almost daily, we receive information on these threats from news media, fellow governments, scientific institutions, and the information is overwhelming. Yet when it comes to understanding what this means for us in the Cook Islands, what the scale of threat is for us in our own domain, and what we should or could do about it, one is often left feeling not only overwhelmed, but lost in a myriad of papers, articles, and information that might or might not be relevant to our case. And more often than not, a dearth of information generated from within our own country. This is one of the reasons why I chose to come to the Eye on the Earth Summit, to be able to see firsthand cutting-edge environmental data and information initiatives that we hope will help address shortcomings in our part of the world of this sort of information and access to it. To work with you all to develop initiatives that will aid better management of the ocean and a better future for all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not come to this summit empty-handed. I bring a commitment from my government and people for a marine park, the largest declared to date at over 1 million square kilometers in the southern Cook Islands. It is our hope. Thank you. It is our hope that this marine park will foster needed investment in the Cook Islands for protection of the ocean and provide at scale an ocean package for conservation and sustainable development that will generate interest and action to support by the global community, including much needed help with access to and use of environmental data and information. I am confident that this new initiative will work. You see, our history shows that we can achieve such initiatives. Back in 2001, we were the first country in the world to declare our whole EEZ, all 2.4 million square kilometers of it, as a whale sanctuary. This year is the 10th anniversary of that declaration. We're very pleased and flattered to know that other countries have followed our example since. Balancing our need for sustainable economic development with the need to conserve our piece of the planet is a huge challenge to my country and to many fellow island states. In the case of my country, it is a challenge we have met head-on. Recognizing that what happens on land directly affects what happens in our ocean, my government has taken a leadership role in committing our country to some very clear, even ambitious, renewable energy targets. 50% conversion from fossil fuel power generation by the year 2015 to 100% conversion by the year 2020. This initiative is accompanied by aggressive steps to help address our waste management issues. To many from outside of our region, we are seen as small because of the size of our islands and our small populations in a vast ocean. We are commonly referred to as small island developing states. However, I am pleased to inform you we do not see ourselves as small states. Rather, we as ocean people increasingly describe ourselves as large ocean developing states. And it is with the job of managing this large ocean domain in mind that I speak to you today. With the current threats to the ocean in mind, there is one loud key message that is top of mind. It is to scale up our efforts. Time to act at a scale that is compatible to the size of the ocean that we have stewardship of. Time to understand how we are using and abusing the ocean. Time to act, and time to act at scale. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with these imperatives in mind that I have declared the Cook Islands Marine Park. I have done this with the full support of both sides of our Parliament, all of our traditional leaders, and widespread and overwhelming community support in my country. But you know, I have done this, in truth, with very little information at hand. This may surprise you. Why? Because such information is sparse from within our islands, and regional and global data sets are often costly to access, spread across a myriad of websites, organizations, peoples, and places. This is what we are finding now that we are in an information gathering phase for our marine park. Our Marine Park Steering Committee has the job to seek out information and identify priority gaps. Yet, you know, I have given them less than a year to complete this proposal, as I plan to launch our marine park when we host the 2012 Pacific Leaders Forum in the Cook Islands next August. I hope that this shows to you and to the world the importance and priority we in the Cook Islands are giving to ocean conservation management. Not surprising then that we seek your help. Early investigations are showing a paucity of information in the Cooks, difficulties in accessing cross-sectoral approach, and getting beyond the boxes of fishing, environment, shipping, pollution, or other boxes where we place ocean news and information in. I therefore challenge this auspicious gathering in considering environment and societal information to think about initiatives that bring together in an integrated fashion information sources for ocean management at scale and make them easily and affordably accessible to countries like mine. We need smart information technology we can afford, that not only gives us the picture of ocean conditions in the past and present, but also provides scenario-based modeling for the future and real-time monitoring of ocean uses, such as fishing. I do not ask this in just the name of the Cook Islands. In our region, the need to scale up has been recognized. Just in September of this year, together with my fellow Pacific Forum leaders, we endorsed a new framework for integrated ocean management in the Pacific Oceanscape. A key focus of the Oceanscape is support to marine management areas at scale, and it has been built on the successful foundation of Kiribazi's Phoenix Island Protected Area, commonly known as PIPA. Increasingly, our countries are developing and implementing large-scale conservation initiatives, and we face the same set of issues for information access and use I have already described. The global community, too, I believe, is realizing the need to scale up marine protected area efforts. The renewed commitment for marine protected areas of 10% of coastal and marine areas under protection by 2020 also reflects this, and reflects a need for good access to environmental information. For example, 10% of what and where and why? These questions come to mind when you take these protected targets seriously, targets endorsed by the countries who are party to the Convention on Biological Diversity. My earlier call for generation of and access to environmental data and information is therefore not just for my beloved Cook Islands, not just for my fellow Pacific Oceanscape countries, but is a call of genuine need for the global community to help meet what is, in essence, a voyage of ocean conservation, to realize an increase from less than 1% of protected marine area today to 10% by 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, synthesis of, access to, and generation of new environmental and societal data and information is a critical part of this voyage for all of us. To go 1% to 10% protection in what is now 9 years is a challenge at hand. A challenge for all those with ocean domain, and a challenge for us all as the collective guardians of the high seas. The clock is ticking, and the maths at hand daunting. World ocean area, approximately 361 million square kilometers. 10% by my calculation is about 36 million square kilometers. Assuming 1% in hand, that makes it 3,610,000 square kilometers, which leaves about 32.5 million square kilometers to secure. More than 30 more Cook Islands marine parks, or more than 80 PIPAs. This is a target we must not lose sight of. It is a target we must invest in realizing, including ensuring environmental data and information is there to be used to make these decisions to establish, then actively manage such protected areas. In closing, I believe we have no choice but to rise up to this challenge. It underlies why the Cook Islands, my country, a large ocean state and a small country in the world's eyes, has declared one of the world's largest marine parks. It underlies why countries in our region work together under the Pacific Oceanscape to realize a new scale of ocean management. It also underlies why I have come to this auspicious Eye on Earth Summit. I hope you will join us in meeting this challenge, a challenge for all of us to realize our legacy and stewardship of the ocean, and to ensure that we invest in information sources and their access to make this challenge a thing of the past in the very near future. Ladies and gentlemen, 9 years to go to 10%. The ocean clock is ticking. Thank you for your patience and your attention.
you.